the context of Nottinghamshire, we are not a city. Nottinghamshire are representing the whole of the county, including Nottingham City, and we're looking at an area of approximately 930 kilometres in our service delivery. My colleague Jamie is here for young people services and the criminal justice element of young people services, and what we have in the city and county of Nottinghamshire are services for adults and young people with substance misuse that in the city sit quite close together, and in the county are locality based. So we work so people can access services very close to their homes.
I suppose what has been rich and enriching about this experience has been that we have understood that there are a lot of common themes between issues that are raised and the communities that we're working. I think we've found that what we could work on a lot more back home are ways of engaging and ways of taking our services out to the people we want to reach, and hopefully benefit from the conversations we've had and we're going to have in relation to making our approaches more rounded, more useful and more beneficial to the people who want to take the services.
I think that's right. I think the added value that we are getting from this is hearing that pan-European experience and ensuring that we have the best practice possible in terms of delivering those particular services to a group, a cohort of people who are not currently, we're not gripping them, they're not accessing services. We know that because they're causing problems for the communities in which they live. Now, so there is a crossover. Some of them will be accessing services, but they're still not being gripped enough to change behaviour, change problematic behaviour, which has bad outcomes for them. So it's about actually measuring what's missing from their treatment planning that's making that happen. And the other side of that is actually engaging with those people that we know are just not engaging with services at all, and making sure that we offer them something that's meaningful and purposeful and makes their outcomes better.
Also, as people who are involved or very closely involved in practice, what I've found really, really nice is that we've met with people who are passionate about what they do, and it's very rare that we bump into these people without this organisation, without this meeting being set up, and again, it's very encouraging and very supportive to find that the reasons for doing this and the understanding behind the practice is somewhat universal. We might speak different languages, we might have different localities and communities, but the underlying context and concept of what we do is very much shared. And there's a really good foundation to build on that. And I think one of the things that I go away with from this weekend, and I'm sure we both will, from the time we spent here, is confidence that we've got people in other European cities and communities that we will be able to maybe pick the phone up and have difficulty possibly communicating because of the language issue, but probably could start where we left off today, because it's been a real meeting of minds and a sharing of experiences, and that's been again really rich for us.
And so on the European level, what do you think about this kind of exchange, this kind of project?
Oh, I mean, Jane, I think Jamie's just said it. I think it brings so much to the table. It offers so many riches that, you know, I always feel, and this is the second European project I've been involved in, but I always feel immensely privileged to be a part of, you know, that whole sharing of ideas and experiences, and that I do think it's a privilege to hear how other countries manage and measure, and actually that they want to hear what we are doing as well, and I think that's, I don't think anybody sets themselves up as being experts. I do think that the benefit of this is actually that a commonality in the shared experience, which actually confirms, it's a challenge and confirm process quite often. It confirms practice, it confirms focus, it confirms principles, and it confirms that kind of process of wanting the best for your communities, your populations, your young people, your adults, across the piece really, so that we actually benefit not just in very small localised areas, but actually benefit much more globally the future of all of our futures, but our young people's futures too.
To add, I think that it's a European strength, a European perspective is a far better, far more wholesome objective than individual localised countries working maybe with their heads down, trying to solve problems that maybe we could learn them off from. And I hope that this would possibly offer a better stance for approaches to the client groups we need to work with by having a more central, more established provision that cuts across